Department of Justice. This video is very interesting to me. Okay? C 197-36715, LOL, in the Gospel Trust Ministry. If the police are out there for public safety, then why don't they know their job? Just listen to this carefully.
The trooper went back to his cruiser, wrote citations for the seatbelt and not having a stop indicator light, and then left the driver on his way. This encounter from May 2022 gets even more intriguing. Hello, everybody. I'm David Schuster, and thanks for joining us. The driver in upstate New York now says that both tickets have been thrown out. The state police are not talking about any of this, but legal experts are saying a lot. First of all, they point out that for the state trooper to say he thought the brake light was out and then write a ticket stating as fact there was no working light, well, that's a problem. According to legal experts, it suggests the trooper on the ticket is lying. Secondly, unless the trooper has video of the driver not wearing a seatbelt, the experts note that proving this violation is nearly impossible. Finally, lawyers say this encounter is a reminder that we have rights many police want us to forget. All of us have the right to remain silent.
As peacekeepers, as people who took an oath to the Constitution, why is it that they don't know their job? Why do the people have to suffer because the police don't know their job? I'm not understanding how and why the police would intentionally try to violate your rights and get angry at you and write you all kind of false tickets. You got to go to court and get them dismissed when they weren't supposed to be doing it in the first place. It doesn't make sense to me that the police are out on the streets doing things that they know they're not supposed to be doing and not being held accountable for it, not knowing their job, and just enforcing anything that they want. I'm not understanding how this is okay with the Department of Justice. I'm not understanding how no politician is addressing none of these things that these police are doing. Why are these politicians pretending that these police are some kind of heroes when in reality they're out there violating people's human rights, civil rights, violating the Constitution, terrorizing, interrogating the people? I'm not understanding how this is going on this land. It doesn't make sense to me that the Department of Justice has all of these laws in place, these codes, these policies, and the police know these codes and policies, or should, seeing that they are code and policy enforcers, and they purposely violate these codes and policies and leave it up to the courts, and they get qualified immunity. I'm not understanding Department of Justice. I'm not understanding how it's okay for someone to put a uniform on, take an oath to the Constitution, become a public servant and then think that they have some kind of authority over the public, over the people. I'm not understanding how that works. Department of Justice, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, United Nations. I'm not understanding how you can know what Title 18, USC 241, Title 18, USC 242. I don't understand how you can know what these things are, write these things, and still watch these policy and code enforcers violate those things. I'm not understanding how you can make black codes against the law and do nothing when these police use black codes. I'm not understanding that. Department of Justice, United Nations. As an American state, I'm not understanding how it's okay to violate, your own code and policy because of 1866 black codes. I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding. As an American, I don't understand how there are laws of this land and the people that have put in place to uphold these laws aren't. They aren't. All of these people that are on this land are using the color of law, and it's against the law. It's a violation of the United States Code. Deprivation of rights under the color of law. The color of law is 1866 black codes. So how are these people, these police, getting away with violating, the United States codes when they made it against the law to use 1866 black codes? It's Title 18, 241, and 242. And I'm not understanding it. And I'm really not understanding how the Department of Justice is not standing up to the people who violate Title 18 USC 1324. The Department of Justice knows that we aren't black and African American. The Department of Justice knows that we are a lien to the United States. So I don't understand how the Department of Justice can let it be okay for these code and policy enforcers to use 1866 black codes to use to violate their own code of deprivation of rights under the color of law, Title 18, 242, and conspire to deprive people of their rights under the color of law, Title 18, USC 241. It doesn't make sense to me that you would write these things and not honor them. That's high treason. I'm not understanding. You should be in jail, Department of Justice, because there's no way in the world this guy should be on here, knowing more of the law than the police. The police should know the law if they're out there with guns enforcing it. If they enforce a code of policy, they should know their code of policy and not violate the code of policy, but they do, because they have qualified immunity because of 1866 black codes. Any state using 1866 black codes shall not get any funds from the federal government. Why should the federal government fund any state that's violating United States codes? That's stupidity. If any state is using 1866 black codes today, you're crazy. There's no way in the world you should get any federal funding. But the Department of Justice is funding them, is letting these states get away with it. It's sickening. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Seriously. No state shall use 1866 black codes, period, on this land. 1866 black codes are outlawed for any state. This is law. C 197-36715. El Royale of In the Gospel Trust Ministry. American state. You people are insane. Seriously.
Police officer or state trooper pulls you over for a traffic violation, you have no obligation to say anything other than, here's my license and registration. If the police ask, do you know why I pulled you over? Do not give an answer. Oftentimes, cops who don't have you on radar, speeding, or on dash camera, say making an illegal turn, will hope that you incriminate yourself. And then if you do, they will put your incriminating statement on the ticket as the proof of the violation. Also, if a cop is fishing for additional violations, perhaps to meet their monthly quota, they may ask you to test your brake lights or indicators. You have no obligation to do so.
But all of y'all think you do, because they have a gun and a badge. And the TV says they're heroes. The TV says they're out there to protect you. If they are, then why is he telling you different? If you think you have to do these things, this is a lawyer. He's telling you that you don't. But you're so afraid. You've been terrorized since 1866. You've been terrorized. So you think that you're going to die if you don't listen to the police. We know it. You think you're going to die or go to jail if you don't do what the police say. But here's a lawyer telling you that's not true. You have to do nothing that they say. I know, he sounds crazy. He's going to get somebody dead or thrown in jail. Right? I know. You better listen to the police or else. How can peacekeepers be terrorists at the same time? How can somebody take an oath to honor, uphold, protect your rights under the Constitution and at the same time violate those same rights and get away with it? And get away with it. Peace treaty shall be the supreme law of the United States. The people that you call black and African American are up under two peace treaties, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship and the 1880 Treaty of Madrid. The people that you call black and African American are actually Title 18, 8 U.S.C. 1324, alien to the United States. So while they being treated like animals. Why? Because you're using 1866 black codes against them. That's why Department of Justice, United Nations, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, you're terrorists. You're genocidal maniacs. You're insane. Anyone using black codes is insane. You're terrorists. You're crazy. You need to be in a psychiatric hospital. Seriously. You really do. You are totally insane. And your fiduciary agreement, that is, oh my God. I've never, ever seen anything so disgusting in my life as your fiduciary agreement, United States Corporation, Department of Justice. That's the most disgusting thing in the world. Your fiduciary agreement. It's disgusting. You a Satanist. Seriously.
None.
I'm gonna take you out of this vehicle.
I can walk out.
Okay, well, I'm gonna help you out. Since you haven't been cooperative
You
with me,
need to help me.
I'm gonna help you out. You have no weapons on you?
No, I do not.
Okay, step out of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Put your phone down. You're being detained. Okay?
For what?
For what? Exactly. For what? Exactly. For what?
I don't believe what you're telling me.
You are being detained because I don't believe what you are telling me.
Hey, Coleman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Chicago, Illinois.
All right, sir, I'm not being hostile, just so you know.
Right.
That's the voice of passenger Lee Coleman.
I was being very calm. Do you have your body cam on?
Yes.
He started recording this June 2022 encounter after the police began questioning him.
So once we have to go to court, we'll see that you falsely accused me of something, all right? That's not
Gotcha.
You can videotape too?
This is a temporary proof.
Under settled law, passengers in a vehicle stopped for a traffic violation have no obligation to answer questions or provide ID, just
But when these Europeans are committing terrorism, treason against the American people, using 1866 black codes, right? Then you ain't got no rights. You're considered a 14th Amendment corporation. You ain't got no rights. You ain't got no rights. 14th Amendment corporation, person. It's corporation, according to them. So that's why they treat you like that. You want to know why? That's why. 1866 black codes. 14th Amendment persons, which is a corporation. A company. Yeah.
the driver.
Is it your vehicle?
It's my father's, but I'm on the insurance.
Oh, it's
his
understandable.
name is-
Understand.
His name is Keith Jackson, and mine is Lakeisha. It's with Lincoln Insurance, so it's covered.
At this point, police seem focused on the driver, Miss Jackson, Coleman's friend.
Yeah, right.
As I was transferring some papers.
Because you just did this.
Yeah.
Can you ask your dad where it is?
Well, can I possibly get just like the policy number on my dad so you can look it up or verify?
I can't look it up.
anything?
Do you have an old one?
This is just what I.
As Miss Jackson tries to pull together the information, police officer Tyler Barrett sees passenger Coleman recording and decides again to engage.
Same company.
Look at
You are
that.
talking to me. No.
You already got my.
Step out real quick. There's no reason for you to talk to me. I'm not the person driving.
What am I stepping out for?
Step out, I'll talk to you.
See?
No.
Escalating.
Anything I gotta worry about?
1866
As
black
Miss
codes.
Jackson steps outside, the lead officer gives an instruction to his partner.
Now open the door.
Deprivation of rights under the color of law.
Okay? Why are you sweating like that? All right,
Because
first
I'm
of all.
sick and we're going to
You're
the
sick?
pharmacy
Okay.
to get some.
Why are you
to
not
get some
cooperating?
shit.
I'm trying to talk
Because
to you.
I'm sick. There's
What's
no
your
reason
name?
for me to. I don't have to release my name to you. I'm a veteran.
Yes, he's a veteran who knows his rights. Still,
Okay. Yes, you do.
1860.
I have an investigation going on, okay?
What kind of investigation of what?
Where is your ID? Don't reach here. You have no weapons on you?
Not at all.
Okay. It's in this pocket right here?
Please don't touch me. I've been sexually assaulted before. I don't like
Okay,
it.
you're being audio, video recorded, just so you know.
I'm a veteran.
He's
Okay?
gonna
What's your
molest
name?
him. He's trying to
That will
molest
solve
him.
this whole problem. What is your name?
Lee Coleman.
Lee Coleman, and that's what your ID says.
Yes.
Terrorist.
Where's your ID?
This is a oh my God.
Okay, take your seatbelt
I
off.
can't take anymore. This is why I can't.
You're being audio, video recorded, okay? Just so you know, I'm gonna.
You guys,
take out.
you don't understand this is high
Okay, well,
treason.
I'm gonna help you out. Since you haven't been cooperative
You
with me,
need to help me.
I'm gonna help you out. You have no weapons on you?
No, I do not.
Okay, step out of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him.
Put your phone down.
This is what we go through.
Okay?
For what?
Because I don't.
North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Mr.
Oh,
Coleman's
y'all
camera
can
gets